The following is a presentation of the Pro Wrestling Report, TV and radio. Informative, entertaining, and real since 1998. Live from the 540 ESPN studios in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, this is the Pro Wrestling Report with David Hero, Frank Cosentino, Linda Kay, and your host, Damian Nelson.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Pro Wrestling Report here on 540 ESPN, ESPNMilwaukee.com, and Blog Talk Radio on what just became very eventful Monday night, June 27, 2011. Damian Nelson coming to you here from the downtown Time Warner Cable studios of 540 ESPN, along with the lovely Linda Kay, the Kaz, and David Octavius, the Tiberius Hero, and team. There's nothing else right now but what CM Punk just did on Monday Night Raw. My ears are in shock right now as to the things we just heard. CM Punk just laid it all out there, ladies and gentlemen, and the delivery was absolutely amazing. From what he said, to the microphone being cut, to the show just going to black and going off air. This could be some of the most real stuff we've ever heard said on WWE programming. I'd liken it back to when I believe it was Joey Styles and or Paul Heyman who cut that promo on Vince McMahon in the ring a couple of years back. Let's go around the room. And what are your thoughts on tonight's Raw, specifically this whole CM Punk thing at the end of the program, which was pointed, to say the least? Kaz?
Brilliant. It was brilliant. Well done. Well scripted. My question is, how much was that him? I'm guessing 99% was WWE, and maybe 1% he kind of threw in as much as he could.
That was all Punk. That was all him.
Oh, come on. You know he got the green light.
I'm not saying he didn't get the green light, but do I believe he believes every word he said?
Oh,
Absolutely.
Of course he does.
I think they gave him as much room as he wanted, and he took everything that was given to him, and then some. And what I wanted to see is the end, because they have to flash the WWE symbol at the end. At least they're supposed to. So that's what I was looking for. It was brilliant, though. Excellent way to end, bro.
Linda Kay, now I know you are a John Cena fan, especially after watching that pre-show video that we saw and what you said a couple of weeks ago, which I can't repeat. CM Punk, not a fan of your man, John Cena. What did you think of what he had to say at the end of the show tonight?
No, it was all good. And, actually, our Twitter and Facebook is just blowing up right now with your comments. Literally. No, you know what? I appreciate it. It was brilliant. It was great to see a nice, strong ending to Raw, which, I think a lot of us agree the last few weeks have lacked that. But just to kind of set everything up, and, it's still in everyone's mind. Is he actually leaving after the pay-per-view? Is he going to leave with the belt? Who knows? But I thought it was great. A great way to get everybody, definitely, including myself, very engaged back into Raw.
Del Hero.
I can see Vince and Stephanie and Triple H sitting Punk down and say, okay, free mic. You're going to get 7 minutes. Say whatever you want to say, and they're going to cut the mic. And knowing Punk the way, I've known Punk and heard of Punk, you knew he was going to take full advantage of that, and he did. It's almost like a work-shoot promo, kind of like back when the NWO first came on. Everyone was like, Hall and Nash, are they coming to battle WCW or not? It's going to be amazing the next 2 weeks how this plays out, because they're building up Punk to be anti-WWE right now against Vince and the whole company. And they got to be careful, because Punk's going to go into Chicago, the babyface, because the fans are going to sympathize with Punk because, yeah, you're right. He is great. He's not, on the cover of the program. He doesn't have his own Burger King stuffed animal kind of thing. He's right, and the fans are going to appreciate him, and he's going to get the smart fans that want him to go to Ring of Honor. He mentioned Colt Cabana, his
classic,
his best friend. You know what? Honest to God, Raw absolutely sucked tonight until the last 7 minutes.
I think the only part that was him mentioning ROH. I don't think Vince is the type of guy to talk about the competition.
Well, Vince doesn't consider Ring of Honor competition. If anything, he wants them to do well.
The God honest truth is 80% of that audience never heard of Ring of Honor.
You think it's that high?
The people that were there, yeah.
I don't know if it's that
It's
high.
Las Vegas.
They got other things to think about.
Is this on?
Oh, sorry about that. All right.
Really?
You can.
Really?
Interns, come on.
You can find us on our Twitter page at twitter.com/PWR show and on Facebook, facebook.com/Pro Wrestling Report. Just, especially the last few minutes of Raw, just a lot of heat, David Hero. People are feeling hot about CM Punk.
If you're hot, say you're hot. CM Punk saved the show. I mean, there was some good wrestling tonight, but with all the title matches being non-title matches and gimmick matches, CM Punk, I guess he really is our savior.
Fantastic. It was a fantastic ending.
But you know what I wouldn't be surprised is that Punk wrestles John Cena and beats him, but doesn't leave out of spite.
Why would he at this point? Let's go to those comments at the beginning of Raw tonight from CM Punk to Shawn Michaels.
You just couldn't stay away, huh? Your personality is that addictive that you could not step out from these spotlights, even though you said you were going to leave. Is everybody happy to see the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels? You happy? I tell you what's going to make me happy is in a couple weeks. I don't know if you know this, July 17th, I'm leaving. That's my last day.
I'll cheer for that myself.
So what you're saying is that none of these people are going to have to hear or see from you again? That sounds like a win-win.
It is a win-win because clearly it's what they want. It's what I want. Win. 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 Win not only is a hotel on the Strip, win is what you didn't do when you left the WWE. You lost. Hey, everybody, I'm going to beat The Undertaker. You didn't beat The Undertaker. You went out a loser, unlike me, who's going to go out a winner. And not only am I going out a winner, I'm going to leave your WWE champion.
Have you run all this by John Cena? Because isn't he the WWE champion? I'm sure he's going to have a problem with this.
John Cena is the WWE champion. John Cena is also the person I beat live here on Raw 2 weeks ago. So I have no doubt, Money in the Bank pay-per-view in Chicago, Illinois, I am leaving with John Cena's WWE Championship. And one of the reasons I'm leaving is all of you. It really is sad that you would rather put your hands together and get on your feet for a Hall of Famer, the past, Shawn Michaels, than get on your hands and knees and beg the future to stay.
At the end of the day, just so you know, the reason they cheer me is because they know that I'm better than you.
The fans start chanting one more match for Shawn Michaels, but gentlemen and lady, CM Punk with a lot to say at the beginning to Shawn Michaels, leading longer into that promo with Shawn Michaels saying he has a lot in common with CM Punk, that he doesn't drink, he doesn't smoke, he doesn't do drugs, where CM Punk had a very well-placed anymore for Shawn Michaels in that. Is CM Punk the best thing, and I thought about this before that ending segment, but is CM Punk the best thing happening in WWE right now? We'll answer that question and take your phone calls when we come back here on the award-winning Pro Wrestling Report on 540 ESPN and ESPNMilwaukee.com.
Follow us on Twitter for breaking news, live wrestling chat, and pure hilarity. Head over to twitter.com/PWR show and be part of the conversation. I'm ready for lights, camera, action. Go! You already know what it is. It's your boy. 540 ESPN.
It's me. It's DDP. DDP.
Welcome back to the Pro Wrestling Report here on 540 ESPN, ESPNMilwaukee.com, and streaming all over the world on Blog Talk Radio. Damian Nelson here, along with the Kaz, Linda Kay, David Hero, and what a night on WWE Raw, and what amazing discussion going on out there in the world about CM Punk and the words that he shared with everyone tonight. We were just watching it again, trying to still absorb some of the things that CM Punk said, and Linda, we heard DDP's theme song, DDP, who appeared on Raw tonight, talking about the best of WCW Nitro DVD. And I believe our Facebook fans have the opportunity to select the music. Absolutely. As posted on our Facebook page, you get to be the DJ tonight. And that DDP theme was chosen by Adam Hayes and Nick Finaccio. So thank you, gentlemen. And, you know, we're still checking it all night long. So if you've got a suggestion for us, just go to our Facebook page and let us know. Facebook.com/Pro Wrestling Report. Well, we're going to share that promo with you later on. But the question before the timeout, and the question I think that existed before CM Punk turned the wrestling world upside down at the end of WWE Raw is CM Punk the best thing going in WWE today? I don't mean, is he making the most money? Is he the most popular? Blah, blah, this, that, and the other thing. What I mean is he the most, pardon the pun here, must-see person on WWE television, David?
Right now, without a shadow of a doubt, he is. You know, he kind of reminds me a little bit of when Brian Pillman was leaving WCW.
I respect you, Booker man.
You know, he was the loose cannon. Nobody knew what was really going on with him, the things he would say, the things he got away with.
The things Bobby Heenan said.
And it made Brian Pillman a highly sought-after free agent because his contract was at the same time also. But knowing how Paul Heyman works, I wouldn't be a bit surprised if he's in the CM Punk's ear right now. I'm willing to bet that Punk and Heyman talk, and that Heyman has helped Punk orchestrate this entire thing.
So, okay, I'm trying to figure this one out.
Clearly,
the end of this.
Yes.
How much was WWE letting Punk say whatever he wanted, or where they said you can say whatever you want, we won't cut you off?
No, I mean, I'm sure that there were guidelines, and I'm almost positive that a lot of stuff was agreed upon. Vince McMahon is not going to. That's
Paul
fine.
Heyman's name,
sure, why not?
To say ROH, to say Colt Cabana.
Why? Because it's now believable. Now it's like, oh my God, now he's shooting.
Right.
You know.
So right now he's probably trending high. People are talking about him. Vince likes this. What do you do in 2 weeks? Let him go?
No. What's going to happen is that
board.
CM Punk can now ask for a blank check from any company he wants to go to. Because he is the guy that called Triple H a doofus on national television.
That's not what I heard.
No, he said doofus on Triple H. He called the other stooges something else.
Oh.
You know, he ripped on Johnny Ace. He called the McMahon family goofs. I mean, he accomplished what Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior have yet to do. And that's go after Vince like that. He's a star. He's a big star.
Vince probably said, go ahead.
And let me tell you right now, TNA offices are probably waiting for that contract to be up.
Well, he's not going to go there.
They're going to offer him the moon.
Yeah, but he's smart.
It doesn't make a difference. They will still, if he's smart, he's going to take an amazing offer. I don't care who it is. Seriously, whoever has the biggest check is going to win.
Well, I'm sure a lot of you have a lot to say about WWE Raw Roulette tonight and the shocking comments of CM Punk to end the program.
Hold on a second. Wait, hold on a second.
Holding on.
Here's how you know it's a worked shoot angle.
How do you know?
What did you just tweet out, Damian Nelson?
What did I just tweet out? I don't remember.
The CM Punk singing Frank Sinatra, Chicago.
No, but to that credit, they've not mentioned anything about what he said after Raw. Because I was going to make the same point about how they're still talking about him as WWE.
But what I'm saying is if they were really upset with CM Punk, they wouldn't be sending this video out. Okay? Read between the lines, amigos.
So he's staying. then after the
Well,
17th.
no, he's taking some time off. There's no question about it. It might be 6 months. It might be a year.
But there's one person who knows for sure, and that is CM Punk, because at the end of the day, much like a Kurt Angle, much like a Jeff Hardy, much like several people who have done this to WWE, yes, I'm re-signing, yes, I'm re-signing, yes, I'm re-signing, but at the end of the day, he makes the decision as to whether or not he's putting the ink on that dotted line, and he may not do that come time to renew his contract. He could be on top here.
I have a feeling that contract stuff's been already decided upon.
I don't think so.
Think about it. No, I disagree with Frank, because a lot of people have had contracts that have not been re-signed that still stuck around.
Not to bring up a whole conversation. I'm going way back to the Vince McMahon, Bret Hart thing. I don't know if Bret wants or Hart,
no, but
Vince McMahon doesn't want
Bret
to
was
do that
gone.
again.
He was leaving. No,
they pushed him up.
Listen, CM Punk picked.
Right.
Let's just say maybe the third biggest pay-per-view
Money in the Bank
to announce he's leaving. Yeah, WrestleMania,
Royal Rumble, SummerSlam.
I think Money in the Bank is bigger than SummerSlam.
It's not marketed as much, but it could be as far as overall shows, but it's not marketed like SummerSlam.
Time is going by very quickly. Linda is trying to keep up with all of your comments on Twitter and Facebook. We'll have some of those when we come back, including your specific comments about CM Punk. And we've got Jacob in New York, Ron in Washington, D.C., and Jeremy in West Sacramento on hold. You can join the conversation as the lines become clear. The number 414-276-ESPN, 414-276-3776, or all over the world at 1-800-990-ESPN, 1-800-990-3776. This is the Pro Wrestling Report on 540 ESPN and ESPNMilwaukee.com.
The Pro Wrestling Report. Informative, entertaining, and real since 1998. But you already knew that.
Welcome back to the Pro Wrestling Report on 540 ESPN, ESPNMilwaukee.com. Damian Nelson here with Linda Kay, David Hero, and the Kaz.
See Linda Kay bouncing and dancing and Bentley bouncing over here?
It's a great song. Thank you, CC Sheldon, for suggesting the Rockers theme. What's the issue, Dave?
You know what?
Yeah, what's the issue, David?
Of all the hundreds of thousands of wrestling songs,
you haven't liked one of them.
You know
you
what?
Sit over there.
Do you know which one I want to hear
next?
This
is the people's show. It doesn't matter. You get your own. Listen to you selfish prick.
Matter.
You get your own song, the superhero Mighty Mouse song of the week, and you're sitting here complaining about what our lovely, glorious audience has to suggest.
You know what? I hope the next song they pick.
What theme do you want to hear?
R-Truth's new theme song. His new one.
You know what? HBK is back.
He doesn't have one.
Rockers was a great choice.
So be silence. You guys are too much.
Speaking of too much,
collusionists.
John Morrison's out for another 2 months. So you want to talk about colluding?
Oh, feel free to pick somebody up for John Morrison.
You know what? You are completely pathetic because you are manipulating over there. That's what you're doing. You manipulated me out of R-Truth for the pay-per-view capital punishment, and now all of a sudden I can pick somebody else.
Well, but you can only pick up one and two guys.
CM Punk on Raw tonight.
Holy crap, you're going to lose another guy, aren't you?
Because he has been, quote-unquote, suspended indefinitely from WWE, announced after Raw went off the air in the arena in Las Vegas, the Thomas and Mack Center.
Lost wages?
Keep in mind, WWE is in Australia next week. They are currently taping next week's Raw. We will not
right
spoil
now they're taping
it
in
now,
Las Vegas?
In Las Vegas. We will not spoil anything for you, but we can confirm the reports that are out there, and you have been asking us about on Twitter, that CM Punk has been, and I quote, suspended indefinitely by WWE.
You'll have the spoiler update on the website later tonight, right?
Absolutely.
PWRshow.com.
Exactly. Full spoilers of next week's Raw at your leisure for entertainment purposes only at PWRshow.com.
EPO, baby.
Let's go to the phones. A lot of people waiting patiently on hold. And again, as the lines free up, you can give us a call, 414-276-ESPN, all over the world at 1-800-990-ESPN. Jacob in New York, you're live on Live 1. Your thoughts on WWE Raw, specifically CM Punk tonight.
CM Punk saved Raw. And like most of the fans in that arena, I've seen enough, and CM Punk is God.
Oh, boy.
He's God. All right.
Mick Foley might not appreciate that, but
CM Punk, he is the only real person in this business. He told the truth. And this probably isn't scripted. This whole him leaving the company is probably not scripted. I don't know, but I just hope that he does win at Chicago, or Chicago will write. And Raw was bad, as always.
All right, thank you very much, Jacob, out of New York. You know, a lot of people are on the CM Punk bandwagon right now. It's been a slow burn, and it's been a while that we've heard these truths from CM Punk, if you will. But tonight certainly was the icing on the cake, if not the candle on the cake, because he laid it all out there and said things again. Not since it was Joey Styles, I believe, when he quit WWE, when Paul Heyman was in the ring with Vince McMahon and he cut a promo. And you just don't see this kind of thing very often where you question what's real and what's not real. One thing for sure, as I said earlier, there is no doubt in my mind that CM Punk meant and believed every word he spoke tonight, whether it was agreed, scripted, planned, or not. He thought that.
Of course he does. He feels it. He's said it openly before. You know, if you follow him on Twitter at CM Punk, he said those things before. CM Punk is a guy that draws heat on himself by the boys in the back because of who he is. He's not the corporate butt kisser. He made that very clear tonight. He does things his way, and that's why people don't like him. But you can't hold back talent.
So that's his leverage within the company. I'm this good, so you're going to let me say what I want. I'm going to take advantage of it.
Well, no, what it is that he's that good because the fans like him. That's his leverage, is because the fans love him. Good guy or bad guy, babyface or heel, the fans always rally around CM Punk. Right? Wouldn't you agree, Damian?
I've always been a CM Punk fan. Let me just say this. You know, let's go backwards a little bit, though. Where did CM Punk come from? He's from Chicago, obviously, but when you live in Chicago, you wrestle a lot in Milwaukee in the independent.
And he wrestled a lot up here in Milwaukee. I remember seeing a ladder match between CM Punk and Kamikaze Ken Anderson.
Right. So we've had the opportunity to meet and speak to CM Punk, and you know, he's always been his own guy, you know, and he
always had really good-looking girlfriends, too. Seriously.
So there's no risk for
Maria,
him.
Tracy Brooks, Lita. He's got skills.
To pay the bills? With Z's on both of those?
Absolutely.
Well, he said so much earlier, and we're going to take a timeout. When we come back, we're going to listen to that promo at the end from the end of Raw tonight. A lot of you may have missed it. A lot of you may just be tuning in. It's probably 3 or 4 of the most compelling minutes of television that you've heard in a long time from wrestling programming. This is the award-winning Pro Wrestling Report on 540 ESPN and ESPNMilwaukee.com.
Subscribe to the Pro Wrestling Report on YouTube. We promise we'll never rickroll you, but we might just chokeslam you. Click the subscribe button now and be part of the revolution.
I'm ready for lights, camera, action. Go! You already know what it is. It's your boy C.
540 ESPN.
Holy crap. Seriously?
I got my hat, my pickup truck,
You don't like country music?
I don't mind.
This is Garth Brooks, isn't it?
Cousin,
Kenny Chesney?
Oh
Keith
my
Urban?
gosh.
I just saw Tim McGraw last week.
Who's that?
How about that? I'm not, I don't go to many country shows, but a live show is a live show.
Wow. Linda.
How do you respond to that?
You're going to have so many new followers now, it's ridiculous. At Linda
K22.
K22.
It's a live show. Tremendous. Welcome back to the Pro Wrestling Report here on 540 ESPN, ESPNMilwaukee.com. Oh, yeah. Wow.
It's a rumor start.
The show's been taken hostage by CM Punk discussion, and we're going to talk for a few more minutes about that. I venture to say most of you calling tonight are going to want to talk about that as well. But before we get to that, why don't we go ahead and share with you, in case you're just joining us, in case you missed it, let's share with you that full 6 minutes or so of CM Punk speaking what I'll call the gospel tonight on WWE Raw.
Just leaving, but I'm afraid we're going to hear more from Punk.
CM Punk walking up the ramp. Everyone thinks he's leaving.
John Cena, while you lay there, hopefully as uncomfortable as you possibly can be, I want you to listen to me. I want you to digest this, because before I leave in 3 weeks with your WWE Championship, I have a lot of things I want to get off my chest. I don't hate you, John. I don't even dislike you. I do like you. I like you a hell of a lot more than I like most people in the back. I hate this idea that you're the best. Because you're not. I'm the best. I'm the best in the world. There's one thing you're better at than I am, and that's kissing Vince McMahon's ass. You're as good as kissing Vince's ass as Hulk Hogan was. I don't know if you're as good as Dwayne, though. He's a pretty good ass kisser. Always was and still is. Oops, I'm breaking the fourth wall. I am the best wrestler in the world. I've been the best ever since day one when I walked into this company, and I've been vilified and hated since that day because Paul Heyman saw something in me that nobody else wanted to admit. That's right, I'm a Paul Heyman guy. You know who else was a Paul Heyman guy? Brock Lesnar. And he split just like I'm splitting, but the biggest difference between me and Brock is I'm going to leave with the WWE Championship. I've grabbed so many of Vincent K. McMahon's imaginary brass rings that it's finally dawned on me that if they're just that, they're completely imaginary. The only thing that's real is me, and the fact that day in and day out for almost 6 years I have proved to everybody in the world that I am the best on this microphone, in that ring, even at commentary. Nobody can touch me. And yet, no matter how many times I prove it, I'm not on your lovely little collector cups. I'm not on the cover of the program. I'm barely promoted. I don't get to be in movies. I'm certainly not on any crappy show on the USA Network. I'm not on the poster of WrestleMania. I'm not in the signature that's produced at the start of the show. I'm not on Conan O'Brien. I'm not on Jimmy Fallon. But the fact of the matter is I should be. And trust me, this isn't sour grapes. But the fact that Dwayne is in the main event of WrestleMania next year and I'm not makes me sick. Oh, and hey, let me get something straight. Those of you who are cheering me right now, you are just the biggest part of me leaving as anything else. Because you're the ones that are sipping out of those collector cups right now. You're the ones that buy those programs that my face isn't on the cover of. And then at 5 in the morning at the airport, you try to shove it in my face so you can get an autograph and try to sell it on eBay because you're too lazy to go get a real job. I'm leaving with the WWE Championship on July 17th. And who knows, maybe I'll go defend it in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Maybe I'll go back to Ring of Honor. Hey, Colt Cabana, how you doing? The reason I'm leaving is you people, because after I'm gone, you're still going to pour money into this company. I'm just a spoke on the wheel. The wheel's going to keep turning, and I understand that. But Vince McMahon's going to make money to spite himself. He's a millionaire who should be a billionaire. You know why he's not a billionaire? It's because he surrounds himself with glad-handing, nonsensical yes men like John Laurinaitis, who's going to tell him everything that he wants to hear. And I'd like to think that maybe this company will be better after Vince McMahon's dead. But the fact is, it's going to get taken over by his idiotic daughter and his doofus son-in-law and the rest of his stupid family. Let me tell you a personal story about Vince McMahon, all right? Can we do this whole bully camp?
And it was at that moment, I believe, that CM Punk's microphone was cut off and the show faded to black and went off the air. Hey, you know what? Too many people are wondering if this was real or if this was fake or if this was a shoot or if this was a work. Enjoy this moment that has people talking about professional wrestling again, people talking about what's happening on WWE programming again. And I think all of us have a reason now to tune in next week to find out what happens with CM Punk or read about it later tonight.
I'll just read about it later tonight.
Let's go back to the phones. Let's go to Ron in Washington, D.C. You are live here on the Pro Wrestling Report.
How you guys are doing this evening?
Fantastic.
Tremendous.
That is great. That's great. Lovely Linda Kay and everybody at the staff.
Oh, now we're reduced to end everybody?
Well, no,
damn.
I don't mean like that. But I just want to get to the part. CM Punk was just golden, just tremendously golden tonight. Spoke out of pretty much was like the microphone for all the wrestling fans out there who were tired of what WWE has been putting out there for years and pretty much shoving it down our throats and pretty much saying what us fans as wrestling fans want to see for so long, but Vince McMahon and WWE pretty much don't really care for their fans unless the fan is a greenback. Then of course that's what they all care about. And then to have him shout out ROH and Ring of Honor and give a shout out to one of my favorite wrestlers in ROH, Colt Cabana, I totally was like, that was the mark out moment for me. And then he just called Triple H a doofus. I never laughed so hard. I never laughed so hard when CM Punk called him a doofus. It was just so good. CM Punk totally saved Raw tonight. Raw wasn't the Sin Cara and Evan Bourne matchup was hyped to a disappointment to me, but the match of the night had to be Alex Riley and Rey Mysterio against Miz and Jack Swagger in a tornado matchup, which was really, really good. I think that match was very, very good, very action-packed.
Ron, it's obvious that anytime the Miz is in the ring, he's going to have match of the night. I mean, that's a given, isn't it?
Win or lose, right?
Winner, Miz dinner. 414-276-ESPN, 414-276-3776, or all over the world at 1-800-990-ESPN, 1-800-990-3776. Lots of discussion on our Facebook page, and that video is available on our Facebook page as well.
So, Damien, what is your official?
Of CM Punk?
Yeah.
My official?
Your official was how much of this was him? How much was his WWE?
All of it was him. All of it was stuff he believes, stuff that many people believe, and he was given a forum to say it, clearly.
Absolutely.
I'm not wrapped up in whether it was a work or a shoot. I enjoyed it. I'm intrigued to see what happens next, which while all this other stuff is swirling around, everybody's wondering, what did he say? What should he have said? What did he really mean? Did this get signed off on? All that speculation is wrapped up in more attention to the product. And absolutely. I said it last week, and you all thought I was crazy, that that Money in the Bank became a must-see pay-per-view when CM Punk announced that July 17th would be his last day. Tonight, it became solidified. Now, there's stuff going on. There's spoilers happening. Feel free to read them if you choose. We're not going to share them here. But I still believe that no matter what, that match will happen July 17th.
Would you say that's like the promo of the year?
Without a doubt.
Oh, hands down. There's nothing better than that.
Absolutely.
And you know what? The funny thing is, Damian Nelson, is you and I talked about how great Sting has been lately. And this just blew Sting out of the water.
Exactly. Absolutely. Different scenarios, and we're going to play Sting from Impact last week in just a few moments in the second hour here, because that is worthy discussion. Sting has gotten tremendous over the last few weeks. It's almost like he's back again in TNA Wrestling. Maybe he picked up the Best of Nitro DVD and realized what it used to be and is trying to recapture those old days of
You know what? This could be the beginning of promos that push the envelope to making you think, wow, I can't believe he said that. You know? It could be the start of...
I can't believe you're getting cut off right now.
I am, because we're out of time.
Frank.
Coming up, it's hour 2 of the award-winning Pro Wrestling Report on 540 ESPN and ESPNMilwaukee.com.
Live from the 540 ESPN studios in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, this is the Pro Wrestling Report with David Hero, Frank Cosentino, Linda Kay, and your host, Damian Nelson.
I'm ready for lights, camera, action. Good fight.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Pro Wrestling Report. Hour 2 of the Pro Wrestling Report. Damian Nelson, the Cos, David Hero, and the lovely Linda Kay, the social media diva, here with you live from Milwaukee, talking about, a whole hour we just went talking about CM Punk. But as you said, Frank, it's the hottest thing going tonight, obviously.
No, tonight, tomorrow, the rest of the week.
Absolutely. And definitely newsworthy, definitely worth talking about. And if you've missed what we've been talking about, you can go to our Facebook page and actually go to our website, pwrshow.com, and see all those comments in their entirety from CM Punk and his, I would say, explosive comments from WWE Raw tonight. More happened on Raw. It was the Raw roulette wheel being spun by Booker T live from Las Vegas at the Thomas and Mack Center. CM Punk had a match with Kane, which he walked out of earlier in the night. The much-anticipated Sin Cara Evan Bourne match that had a no-countout stipulation. I consider that match to be a bit underwhelming, given what it could have been, seemingly so. I thought it was short. Didn't think it really delivered much of anything.
What?
Hey, I'm just saying.
Uh-huh.
It was very big. It was very, very hyped by not only WWE, but by the IWC. While I know that there's a potential great match there, it wasn't tonight.
I thought it was a good match for two guys that are just high
flyers. It wasn't a bad match. It wasn't as great as...
For Raw, I thought it was good.
And since we can't stop talking about him, WWE has just announced that Vince McMahon has suspended CM Punk indefinitely. Coming from WWE. Obviously part of the
whole
story.
Storyline.
But, hey,
you know
never know.
Who knows anymore? I mean, it's pro wrestling. Anything is possible, and it usually happens that way.
Yep.
One thing important to bring up, here's a tweet by Fans Against BS saying, real or fake, this storyline got the fans emotionally invested, something that has not happened since the 90s.
It's not been that long.
Yes,
but it's very...
Yes. The late 90s.
They tried last year with the whole Bret Hart coming back.
And the whole Nexus thing, that didn't work. I will say this. I am completely impressed by CM Punk with his delivery tonight.
You didn't think he had it in him?
No. He's always had it in him. I mean, I remember about a year or so ago, I said, CM Punk can't win the big one. And he's never really won the big match. He beat Jeff Hardy on Jeff Hardy's way out.
He's a two-time world champion.
Right, but one was a cash it in, Money in the Bank, and the other one was he beat Jeff Hardy on his way out. So he never truly won the big match, but damn, he has some big promos.
This promo could be talked about for years. It's
going to be, because this is the first promo that someone on paper got over on Vince McMahon and Triple H and Johnny Ace.
And to me, what that means is nobody can really duplicate this from this point forward.
Oh, no.
Because, they're just trying to be like CM Punk did on June 7th, whatever we are.
No, but the thing is, it was real.
Right.
Whether it was scripted or worked or not, it was real. Again, the man said what I believe was in his heart. Mm-hmm. At its core, that's enough. That's all we need. Because what he said was inflammatory. It was shocking. It was controversial. And a man who was very successful in the wrestling business in the past said 3 very important words: controversy creates cash. There's not a person out there that's not intrigued by next week's Raw or intrigued by Money in the Bank, given what happened tonight, given what was said by CM Punk tonight. Our chat room on Blog Talk Radio has been blowing up. The discussion all night has been about CM Punk.
Well, we need to save some discussion, though, for something else that's just as big, just as amazing. And that's Monday, July 4th, Six Flags Great America, Gurnee, Illinois, 4th Fest, featuring Great Lakes Championship Wrestling, Scotty 2 Hotty.
Oh, Scotty's been signed?
Scotty 2 Hotty will be at Six Flags. Well, he's a park mark.
A park mark?
Yeah.
I don't understand what
he
this
loves
means.
roller coasters.
I'm not familiar with that concept.
He loves roller coasters and all that kind of stuff. And you know what? I heard Wonder Woman is going to be there as well.
She usually is.
Yeah, she's like one of the ring girls.
Oh, believe you me, they called earlier while you were out of the office, and there were some specific guidelines set as far as you and any of the superheroes. They don't have a Mighty Mouse character. You had made a special request to appear with
but
Mighty
we're
Mouse.
super friends. It's all cool. It's all good.
That's just a gimmick.
But listen, Damien, I know you want to be there. Go to blizzardbrawl.com. Has all the ticket information. It's a buy one, get one. Autograph chances, pictures. Summerfest up here in Milwaukee is closed.
Closed on the 4th of July.
Closed on the 4th of July.
Wednesday. Closed on the 4th of July.
So you might as well come down to Six Flags.
Fireworks? They're going to be fireworks?
Fireworks.
Bands and music and all kinds?
And there's a water park.
Funnel
Frank,
cakes?
there are a ton of beautiful women at the water park, Frank.
I heard, and David Hero, I don't know if you're entering, but I heard there's going to be a funnel cake eating contest.
You know, I have a call in to Haystacks Ross, the
Oh,
650-pound
no.
Haystacks Ross, and he may be the guy to come on down.
I don't get irritated often. I'm usually a pretty even keel guy, level-headed. I don't get upset. But I'm starting to get a little irritated at the questions as to whether or not this is a shoot or a work, the CM Punk thing.
Just enjoy it.
Right. I mean, Linda, you're seeing it on Twitter. Everybody's asking, is this a shoot or is it work? Did you like it?
That's what's most important.
Are you entertained?
Listen.
Are you entertained? That's the main thing.
It's like going to a live show. Just enjoy
live show's
it.
A live show?
Yes. If you're going to see a
and
live show.
And that coming from David, a live wrestling show?
Whatever.
Or Big Daddy's in New Orleans.
Whatever you want to do, just enjoy it. Appreciate it. You don't say, is it real or is it fake? You just know.
Let's go to Dave from Michigan calling in. Dave, you're live.
Hello, Dave.
Hello, Dave. How are you tonight?
Good. After that interview, it was pretty good. After that, whatever you want to call it, with Punk.
Uh-huh.
Everyone else calling it shoot or real or whatever. I just enjoyed it. I thought it was what do you want? Cutting edge, You don't really see too much of that in wrestling anymore.
Oh, I thought you said Cody and Edge. I'm like, you're bringing up Cody Rhodes during the CM Punk interview?
No, I can't believe you give a shout out to Ring of Honor and Cole Cabana. That kind of threw me. I was like, whoa.
Also, New Japan Pro Wrestling, though. Nobody's picked up on that. He also said that.
Well, just because the whole news about Ring of Honor the last few days. The Friday they had their press conference, then they had a pay-per-view last night.
Yeah. Well, the only thing I would venture to say that Vince McMahon knows about Ring of Honor's deal with Sinclair is that there's probably a memo unread sitting on his desk that somebody prepared for him to let him know about that. They can mention TNA if they want. People who watch WWE programming are not going to go and try to find out what these other organizations are that may have been mentioned. Is it significant? Yes. But is it going to get that other organization much of anything? No. Will it get them a little bit of something? Yes. But will they keep them? We'll find out. Dave in Michigan, were you ordering Money in the Bank before tonight's Raw?
No, but I really want to see it now.
Absolutely.
There you go.
There's the point. It is made.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Dave in Michigan, for calling. And, a lot of talk about Ring of Honor. Ring of Honor last night had the Best in the World 2011 pay-per-view where we saw Davey Richards become the new Ring of Honor World Champion. Kevin Steen coming back, which a lot of people expected, but I'm not sure they expected him to do what he did. This matchup between Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards was absolutely phenomenal. It was a spectacular matchup. If you have not watched it, you can do so online at gofightlive.tv and go ahead and sign up. I believe it's only $15 and definitely worth the money. An amazing tag team championship matchup as well, just announced by Ring of Honor that Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas have signed with the company. However, there are rumors out there that they may have lost one of those tag teams to WWE. At least contracts may have been extended. That is not confirmed or verified by us, but that information is floating around out there. An amazing pay-per-view last night, one that, again, is worth checking out. GoFightLive.tv. GoFightLive.tv. And a new Ring of Honor World Champion, Will in Louisiana, is on the phone with us. He wants to talk a little bit about that pay-per-view last night. Will, what did you think of Best in the World 2011?
Well, Damien, we talked last week, and I told you I was going to order it because I was very intrigued, and I accepted your challenge.
Yes.
And I will say it was a $15 well spent. I mean, after watching that match between Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards, the match was worth $15 itself, but the celebration afterwards with a very, very, very emotional Davey Richards brought me back to what pro wrestling was really about. It's not really about storylines. It's not really about hard-hitting action, but it's the connection and the passion of the business, period, and that's what Ring of Honor symbolizes. And I'm telling you right now, I am hooked as a Ring of Honor fan from now on.
Well, Will, welcome to the club.
A lot of people
down in Louisiana, you know, do you have a Sinclair station in your market? I don't know if you checked the list at pwrshow.com of the stations and times, but hopefully you're able to catch that weekly program when it debuts September 24th.
I did check. Unfortunately, I don't have it, but I'll have to find out some way to watch it online because I'm going to find it. I got to find it. I'm hooked now. It's like crack. It's like an addiction.
Whoa! Hashmark find ROH. That's what a lot of people were talking about, and it will be broadcasting on their website as well, rohwrestling.com, the weekly program. So you will be able to check it out, Will, down in Louisiana. Well, thank you for accepting the challenge, and we're glad that you enjoyed that pay-per-view last night, Best in the World 2011 from Ring of Honor Wrestling. Well, we're going to continue this discussion, including talking about last week's Impact Wrestling. We pushed from last week talking about SummerSlam, the 5 people WWE should build it around and how. And David Hero, you owe it to the world to talk about how you would rebuild the career of The Miz since you basically shot a Scud missile at him when he was at the heights of his popularity.
Well, if it was a Scud, I would have missed.
By selecting him in the draft, the PWR fantasy draft, by the way, which, by the way, Frank, I've got a pick coming up.
Absolutely, yep.
Yeah, hi. We're going to talk about that and so much more when we come back. This is the award-winning Pro Wrestling Report on 540 ESPN and ESPNMilwaukee.com. There's something wrong for sure. This is supposed to be our fans picking the music.
Obviously, the fans did pick
Don't
this.
you all dare tell me, just before we go back on air, that nobody picked this. Linda? Vince McMahon is issuing indefinite suspensions.
Whoa.
Maybe I'll be issuing some indefinite suspensions.
Don't we have a new
tonight.
intern? Was this my fault?
Southern Siren picked this one. Okay? Relax.
Not on Facebook.
As on Twitter.
Frank plans our marketing there is a big difference. Frank plans
Thank you, Southern Siren. I appreciate this.
I'm ready to get up and leave.
And Kate Rocks picked this too. Look, we got 2 people picked El Del Rio.
Linda, I would like to make one thing crystal clear now for here going forward. Tillman, Brian, I want you guys to pay attention as well. Brian's our new intern tonight. He's a John Cena fan.
Yeah.
It happens. Nobody but Facebook fans get the opportunity to pick the themes.
Do you hear the hate in his voice?
I'm upset.
He's angry.
We do a lot this is the fan show.
If you're hot, say you're hot.
Well, my mirror told me I was this morning.
Yeah.
That's the way it works around here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad to say now we're doing things the Damian Nelson way.
The D way?
This is the Pro Wrestling Report. Welcome back. I apologize for David Hero colluding with Linda.
Don't apologize
to
for
take
me.
over the show and not give you, the fans, what you deserve, which is your opportunity to pick the theme song.
Hey,
Coming back.
I will collude with Linda anytime. That's fine. You and the Kozlov over here, you guys collude all the time. Which, by the way, you got to pick somebody.
We have been talking, Frank, and this is radio, and we did find out John Morrison's going to be out for an additional 2 months.
Yes.
I had replaced him with R-Truth, and I do understand I need to relinquish 5 points to select somebody else, even though I already relinquished 5 points to select somebody else to replace John Morrison when he was injured, and then you two forced me to bring him back, and then forced me to not be able to use him because R-Truth...
Settle down.
The rule is...
Just call me Monica Lewinsky.
What, you suck?
There's no need to fear. Underdog is here.
How do I follow up with that?
All right, Kaz. No, and now what is this list you're talking about?
All right, well, because you can't have R-Truth again, fine print says you can't have the same.
The fine print, sure. That's in the wrestling rule book that also sitting on the shelf out there,
Just
right?
coming over the facts are the 6 wrestlers that you could choose from. You ready?
What do you mean 6? There's like 100 wrestlers.
No,
stuff.
you can only choose.
Fine, you know what?
one
I'm
of
just
these
going to play
6.
along because, you know what? I am not going to let y'all get my temperature up.
Well, get ready because it's going up. Your 6 choices are as follows.
No, one of the 6 choices.
Right,
it's one
of the 6.
Fine. Just go ahead with the list.
Correct.
Time here. Oh, great.
Tyson Kidd.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Just
Rob
sign me up.
Terry.
Sign me up right there. Was Disco Inferno on this
Wait, it
list?
gets better. Hornswoggle. A-Rod.
I'll take Hornswoggle.
Whoa, what?
A-Rye.
Whoa, he goes, I'll take Hornswoggle.
Did I hear it?
Has not been read.
Holy crap.
So
there's a Disco
entirety.
mention.
This is between
Crimson
and
is the last one.
Who is the last one?
Crimson.
Oh, you can't.
Those are
put
the
him
only
on the
names I
list.
have to pick from. Those are the only names I have to pick from.
Tyler Rex, Tyson Kidd, Rob Terry, Hornswoggle, A-Rye, Crimson. You got 5 seconds.
Crimson.
All right, that's your pick. Signed, sealed, delivered.
Nice.
Let's go to Dwayne in Detroit, who's waiting on line 2. You're live, Dwayne, here on the Pro Wrestling Report.
What's going on, gentlemen?
It's going. It's going good. What's on your mind?
You know what? It is about time. WWE finally has me interested again because I was about to be done watching it for a while and maybe just watch SmackDown for a Daniel Bryan or Sin Cara match, but I'm liking this angle.
One guy, this whole CM Punk saved the whole show.
Yeah, I've always been a fan of CM Punk since like Ring of Honor when he came to WWE. So I've always been, a big supporter of him.
Mm-hmm.
And like this angle that they have him in is, it's just about time that he's finally getting, the proper TV time. He's the best heel. He's one of the best. He cuts the best promos. And it's just about time because I was just about to be done with it because it was getting stale and it was getting boring. And he just, brought that, that excitement. Like, wow, now I got to see what's going to happen next type of thing. But before that, it was just like, okay, it's Raw, same thing, Cena and his Superman powers, and then that's that. But I think they can really draw this out good. I think they should just let him win and keep the title and then just have this big angle for the whole, rest of the summer with, them trying to get the title back legal. I mean, it can go so many ways with it, but I like it. It pulled me back in.
All right. Well, thank you very much for calling, Dwayne out in Detroit. I think, as you said, David Hero, earlier, we're going to be hearing and talking about this CM Punk thing for a few days to come. And, CM Punk talked a lot about some politics in wrestling as he was speaking the gospel tonight. And David Hero, last week on Pro Wrestling Report Primetime, we did a whole episode on the politics in wrestling, looking at a couple of stories that were very politically influenced. And it's certainly worth checking out. You can find that on demand at pwrshow.com and also on demand at the PWR app on your iPhone and your Android phone, and also on our Facebook page, which is
Facebook.com/Pro Wrestling Report. And, of course, on Twitter. CM Punk still just hot on our Twitter feed here. It's twitter.com/PWR show.
And speaking of hot, we talked about the heat behind Sting right now and his seemingly new focus in TNA
hold on
wrestling.
a second. Before we go to Sting, what's going to happen in 3 weeks from now when CM Punk is gone?
What do you mean?
Well, he's the hottest thing going in wrestling right now, and when he's gone, he's gone.
Are you convinced he's going to be gone?
He's going to be taking some time off. There's no question about it. I believe he'll be gone for at least 6 months.
And then making a big return?
Yeah, you would think so. I'm just saying, when he's gone, they need to build somebody up else pretty quick to take his spot. I mean, they already don't have Triple H. They don't have Undertaker. They lost Shawn Michaels. The Rock isn't there. They only got really 3 babyfaces on Raw. They got Cena, A-Rye, and Mysterio. The heels are ADR and Mark Henry. and Miz, and Mark Henry's on SmackDown.
You can join the conversation. The number to 414-276-ESPN, 414-276-3776, or all over the world at 1-800-990-ESPN, 1-800-990-3776. Before we go to this next time out, I want to, Tillman, go to that Sting clip of Sting on Impact last week talking to Eric Bischoff, and we're going to throw the question out there for you. Has a fire been reignited under Sting?
What? What hurts most are my feelings. Eric, you cussed at me. You verbally abused me, Eric. Whatever shall I do? Well, before I snap your scrawny little neck, and that's exactly what I plan on doing.
He's lost his mind, man.
I'm going to tell you why you and I never got along. It's because you're a con artist. You're a thief. You're a liar. You're a lowlife. You're a loser. You're the scum of the earth. You're a dirtbag.
Nuts.
Wow. You're a really bad virus, Eric. You're a cancer. And like the cockroach that crawled in between the bottom of the door and the floor, you ended up here at Impact Wrestling. You know what cockroaches do? They spread disease. You're a disease, Eric. And that disease is spread to Hulk. But it's only a matter of time before Hulk's eyes are open and the real Hulk Hogan stands up again.
And that was Sting last Thursday night on Impact. Go to our Facebook page, facebook.com/Pro Wrestling Report, and join the conversation about whether or not a fire has been ignited under Sting. This is the award-winning Pro Wrestling Report on 540 ESPN and ESPNMilwaukee.com.
Missed an episode on the Pro Wrestling Report? Thanks, pal. Subscribe to the show on iTunes and take the show with you wherever you go, even in the bathroom.
I'm ready for lights, camera, action. Go! You already know what it is. It's your boy
540 ESPN.
Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the
Do you see this?
Is this Stephanie McMahon's team?
Frank is headbanging.
No, he's bopping his head like, yeah, there's a difference.
Okay.
Yeah. Welcome back to the Pro Wrestling Report here on 540 ESPN and streaming live on Blog Talk Radio and ESPNMilwaukee.com. Fans are picking the music all night long.
From country to metal. I love heavy metal. So thank you, Steve Smith, for...
Is that Kid Rock?
No.
He's the wide receiver for...
Steve Smith.
The Carolina Panthers.
Right.
Kid Rock?
And the Giants.
No,
and
Steve
the
Smith.
shooting guard for the Atlanta Hawks.
Absolutely.
Kid Rock is playing baseball now.
Yeah, I heard that.
He's playing for the Tigers.
Thank you, Steve Smith, for choosing Bodies by Drowning Pool, which was one of my favorite themes for the opening of Raw. Again, that was from the Attitude Era. And just like tonight, a lot of, I saw a few tweets about how CM Punk's comments tonight brought them back to that emotion, that feeling of the Attitude Era. So I think
They
that's
can
a great
relate,
pick.
basically.
Yes.
Well, the question before we took that time out was, is there a fire reignited under Sting? And we've been talking for the last couple of weeks about Impact. Sting has definitely came to play, pardon the pun on that. And something is definitely different. And Sting is not just, I'll just say it, not just showing up anymore. The fire is back, it seems, from the Sting we've seen of the last couple of weeks. And I guess we'll go to our Facebook page for comments on that, Linda. As before we took the time out, we asked all of our users on Facebook what they had to say about Sting and his refound energy in TNA.
Well, we got a comment here from Brian Knowles about the reignition Sting.
Like, didn't R-Truth sing a song called Ignition?
R-Truth. There's a R. Kelly.
Oh.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, there's an R.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
He's got that vibe.
Brian Knowles says, definitely.
Little cute Aaliyah's got it.
He's doing what he's always done well. Evoke emotion on the mic. Sting is not stupid. He knows he doesn't put on the matches he used to. He did what he had to when he came back and won the title, which Brian Knowles says he was convinced he was supposed to drop at Victory Road, but it helped elevate Ken Anderson. Now he's helping the best way he knows how in an Obi-Wan Kenobi type fashion. Gentlemen?
I'm paying attention, Linda.
So
Thank you very much for that comment on Facebook. Frank's flirting with people outside the windows here at the ESPN studios.
There are hundreds
There's an
of
Avon
women around
convention
here.
or something going on here.
Oh, my God.
Tillman, what's the convention going on?
Leah Sophia.
Oh, Leah
Ooh,
Sophia.
la, la. Who's Leah Sophia?
Is that like Betty Crocker?
That's the jewelry.
Oh, Linda knows. Frank, take your Twitter name. I was going to say take your Twitter, but take your Twitter name and put it up against the window.
Frank_Kaz. You can put Frank on one cheek and Kaz on the other.
Oh, now we're
well,
talking
then
about...
your lips will be the underscore as you're kissing the window.
Let me talk about Sting for a second. As I continue to wave to beautiful women outside the...
He's single, ladies.
There are a ton of ladies going by.
Thank you, JR. Kaz.
Sting, this is his last
You
shot.
would. You have all these women around here waving at you, and you want to talk about Sting.
Because we're on radio, and half the people can't see it.
outside.
If there was a TV camera in it, he told a
No,
different
I'm
story.
saying go outside.
But look
and
at
talk
them
to
taking
him.
pictures now.
Well, why don't we return the
Look at
favor?
Frank.
Okay, really, Frank, this is radio. I don't know if you know.
Okay, put them on camera right now. There
Yes,
you go.
Absolutely tremendous. See?
We have fans.
And they're cute.
They are.
Frank?
That's 414.
Frank,
915-9292.
You need this book?
No, we're good. This is, by the way,
Ah,
Sting's
fine.
last shot. This is it. He knows it, and he's doing the best
He's going to
promos.
retire at Bound for Glory.
He's doing the best promos he's ever done in a long time, and these are outstanding. So this is why it's really good. That's all I got to say about Sting.
That's it? Oh, now go outside and hang
And
out
now
with,
you
your,
gotta get the-
with all your groupies.
There you go.
That's all right. I'll stand here with Linda. You guys can go outside. That's fine.
how. See, then no work will get
That's how
done.
rumors get started.
See, we need to be all here together.
All right. Well, here's the thing. Sting has been tremendous the last couple of weeks.
Sting?
What are you doing? Stop it. This is for Damien TV.
Oh my God.
What?
Nothing.
The news segment?
Let's go to the phones because you guys clearly have lost the ability to speak.
Are we going to the hotline?
No,
The Super
900
Friends
909
hotline?
9900. No. It's not too hot for TV or
Okay.
radio.
Okay.
Let's go to Adam in Columbus, Ohio. You're live here on the Pro Wrestling Report.
Hey guys, how's Milwaukee tonight?
Well, I think you just heard.
Yeah, it's going pretty well from what
It's
I
hopping
hear.
and available.
I got two things. My first thing's about Sting. He's been amazing on TNA the last couple weeks. I've really enjoyed it. He's bringing real emotion to the table, and because it feels like he's telling that backstory that we all kind of know is there between him and Bischoff during the old WCW days. At least it has that feel to me. Second, with CM Punk.
Yeah.
I'm not going to compare, but I'm going to make a prediction.
Don't compare. Make a prediction. Go.
That's what he just said.
Or wait.
This promo, if Punk stays with WWE, has the same star-making ability that the Steve Austin King of the Ring Austin 316 promo did. It has that ability, that emotion, and I find it kind of ironic that he was wearing Steve's shirt tonight.
That's a great point.
The thing about CM Punk, and thank you very much, Adam, for Columbus, for calling in. The thing about CM Punk is there is no – everything he does has meaning. what he says, what he wears. Everything he does has meaning. And sometimes maybe it means 2 or 3 different things, but he's very cerebral. You know, you use that word when you talk about Triple H, but CM Punk is a very, very smart man when it comes to professional wrestling, and he's always got people talking about him.
Well, Damian Nelson, if you follow CM Punk on Twitter,
I do.
About 5 hours ago,
5 hours,
he sent out a tweet, I'm in full, quote, what are they going to do? Fire me, unquote, mode.
At 6:02 p.m. or so.
Mm-hmm. So that kind of tells you it's a work shoot. Kind of gave it away.
Now, to that point,
and as work shoot.
But about that, though, that can still go too far. Right or wrong?
Oh, yeah. Definitely can go too far.
You can go, as they say, off script. And maybe some things were said that weren't part of the agreed-upon terms.
That's my guess. I may be way off on it. They gave him, hey, go ahead and say what you want. And he said, well, fine, I'll take advantage of it. I might be way off, and he got the okay to say anything. Here's what I'm going to say, and Vince and his gang thought, fine, that's fine, go ahead. I'll work with it.
It's going to unfold for sure over the course of the next 7 days, and specifically leading into
the next 24 hours. We'll know what's going on.
Leading into WWE's Money in the Bank pay-per-view in Chicago, which is Punk's kind of town. He sang that tonight during a commercial break in Vegas for WWE Raw, and we're going to be at the Allstate Arena for Money in the Bank.
MITB.
Should be an interesting night, and we did learn tonight the participants on the Raw side of things for Money in the Bank, and they are, as of right now, The Miz, Alex Riley, R-Truth, Rey Mysterio, Alberto Del Rio, Evan Bourne, and Jack Swagger.
But you already knew that.
Wink. Definitely.
Wink.
Definitely some interesting players in that matchup, and all those guys can really go in that environment, and it should be a good match. And I would venture to say on SmackDown this Friday, we're going to find out who is going to be on the SmackDown side of things.
You think Mark Henry might be in Money in the Bank? He's been in it before.
He was in it before, yeah.
He's at the top of the ladder.
He is. They built him tonight the way they used to build up Vader in WCW, as a guy that you were legitimately afraid of to even look at.
You know, when I became legitimately afraid of, there's only 2 people that I actually have met and become, just by their presence, legitimately afraid of.
Jerry Borash and who else?
Bubba Ray Dudley.
True.
And Psycho Sid.
Oh, yeah, he's a little different.
It was WrestleMania 13, which happened to be at the Rosemont Horizon, Allstate Arena, Chicago. I was at the hotel chilling. It was when Bob Backlund put me in the chicken wing, and even though he wouldn't sign my autograph because I could not name all the presidents in order up until that point, which is legit, by the way. He asked you to do that, sign an autograph. And I asked Sid to powerbomb me. I was a dumb kid. I didn't know any better. And he, of course, said no, but his just presence and dominance. But back to the point of Vader. It was when he attacked Gorilla Monsoon.
Yes.
On that Raw.
Gorilla takes off 96. The glasses because he knew something was going to happen.
Starts chopping back at Vader. Cornette's losing his mind. Jack Doan gets attacked, and then Vader gets attacked, and they sell it, and Vader was a monster. He would go on that year, later that year, to headline SummerSlam with Shawn Michaels in a championship matchup. I see the similarities with what's being done with Mark Henry as well, but some are saying this is just the insert number here time that they've pushed Mark Henry, and it won't take again.
You know, I feel like I'm on one of the cable news channels right now, going back to their update on CM Punk. According to our main mandible, Kareka89 on Twitter, his WWE.com profile is gone.
Listen, wait.
Hold on. Wait, stop.
The interns are verifying that right now.
Okay, hold on. And there's another rumor that CM Punk's song has now been removed from iTunes.
Now that
needs to be done in advance, you would like to believe.
That's a money thing.
Yeah. The money thing.
Well, no. Well,
boy, we got live shows, money shots. What's going on here?
He said money thing. Really, David Hero? We're going to take a timeout. When we come back,
his doodle pad in front of him, he was writing
stuff down. This is the Pro Wrestling Report on 540 ESPN and ESPNMilwaukee.com.
The Pro Wrestling Report. Informative, entertaining, and real since 1998. But you already knew that.
540 ESPN.
It's time for the Superhero Song of the Week on the Pro Wrestling Report here on ESPN Radio.
The biggest joke I ever heard of.
Nah, 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 come on. Nah, 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 come on.
Pretty original.
Cars, can you look up the definition of original in the dictionary? Is this when she fell off the stage? Is this the song she was singing?
You know what? I think somebody tripped her.
I'm
when you're wearing those 9-inch stilettos, that's going to happen.
Welcome
right,
back
Linda?
to the Pro Wrestling Report here on 540 ESPN, ESPNMilwaukee.com, and on Blog Talk Radio. Want to remind you, actually, this is a monumental show tonight, not just because CM Punk has turned the wrestling world upside down, but it's our 3-year anniversary here on 540 ESPN.
Oh, my goodness.
It was 3 years ago, well, today in a few minutes, that we debuted here on 540 ESPN, and 540 ESPN has been tremendous to us. I want to thank everybody who made it happen and keeps us around to talk wrestling each and every week right here on ESPN Radio 540 ESPN. So thank you so much for that. And, of course, we couldn't do it without all of you listening all over the world, and specifically here in southeastern Wisconsin. We love all of you, and thank you so much for tuning in.
Wait a minute. I don't love everybody.
Before we went to timeout, we were talking about Mark Henry and his push as a monster, if you will. We had a couple of comments on our Facebook page. Linda, take it away.
All right. Clement Everett Southwell says, I like it, but they should have done this years ago. They had a taste of it during his feuds with Goldberg and when he was managed by Tony Atlas, and they should have stuck with it. I still like it, though. J.B. Croft says, hey, he's been around for 15 years. He deserves somewhat of a push. And Conor
Somewhat.
He's made millions. He's got to push.
Well,
Wasn't it rumored that when he signed his contract back in 96 or whatever, it was a 20-year, $20 million contract?
10-year, $10 million.
10-10?
You know, Mark Henry also wrestled for GLCW at Body Slams on Ice against the Big Show.
Really?
Yeah.
Mark Henry?
Yeah, Mark Henry. I was so concerned about the ring. There's a lot of weight, a lot of big boys in there. But what was that comment you had on the awesome Mark Henry?
Oh, Connor Ray Jenkins says, let's just hope he doesn't get pregnant and cries in the middle of the ring. ... Wait. ...
Wow.
I don't understand. He's a man.
How'd that get past the censors there, Damian Nelson? Interns. This new guy, we got to talk to him.
I like him.
I like that he's a John Cena fan.
I don't like him about that.
Are you kidding me?
Oh, my God.
Are you kidding me? Did that really just happen here on the air?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Linda and her new toy, it just started talking. I didn't realize that thing could talk.
That's wow.
That's a shame, as Jerry would say.
I can have my toys. Leave me alone.
Want to thank
that's how rumors are confirmed.
Should have checked out our pre-show video for tonight. Linda Kay has a new toy available on our YouTube page.
Carpal tunnel.
Really? Did CM Punk do this to y'all? I mean, really?
He turned not only the show upside down.
I don't like to toot my own horn, but that's why I'm host of the year. I'm the Elmer's glue, keeping this thing together here. As you all are just losing it with your innuendo and your little one-liners and your superhero villain songs of the weeks, and you stealing things from the audience out there. You know what? Inappropriate. Sums it up. I want to thank all of our callers from all over the country. This conversation will not end today regarding CM Punk. As you said, David, here over the course of the next 24 hours, we're going to know a lot more. As a matter of fact, some of you sending to us some of those spoilers from WWE Raw next week. We're not going to share those with you, but those will be available for your reading at our website, pwrshow.com. And things are definitely going to be interesting over the next few weeks for WWE. But this week on primetime television on Thursday, we'll talk more about this situation. And if CM Punk hadn't unloaded on the wrestling world tonight, we were going to, David Hero, finally hear from you as to how you were going to rebuild the career of The Miz. And now you've put it off for now 2 weeks.
Well, no, I feel like I'm on the Glenn Beck show. I keep getting bumped and pushed back. But that's okay, Damian Nelson.
Wasn't that canceled?
No, he's taking time off. He's pulling a CM Punk.
Huh. His gospel is less gospel and more from, the south side of things.
Yeah.
So that'll be this week on primetime television. I am very intrigued to hear how you're going to build up The Miz. I'm also very happy to hear and know that I am welcoming Crimson to the Nelson family. I now
said Hornswoggle.
I now have everybody I endorsed: Heath Slater, Cody Rhodes, The Miz, and Crimson.
That's why you're last. Team Monica Lewinsky.
Chavo Guerrero was released from WWE earlier this week.
My gosh.
Chavo saying that he asked for that release from WWE, and he, much like CM Punk, however, not to the same degree and on the same platform, had a lot of pointed things to say about WWE and the environment there in that company.
I spoke to Chavo over the weekend.
CHAVO?
Yes. Max Warrior on Twitter. And he said...
At Max Warrior.
Extremely frustrated. He was tired of being... And, you know, it's funny. Whenever they bring in someone new, like a cruiserweight, his first few matches are always with Chavo. Right. They did it with Ray. They did it with Sin Cara. They did it with Evan Bourne. He had a nice little run with the ECW world title, but never anything of any substance.
Yep. And we had a conversation with him in Green Bay a couple of weeks back, if not months back.
Yes, it was.
And that was
rather cold.
Yeah, rather cold. It was freezing. The kilts were still the kilts were still tilted though, and some of those things came up. You know, we're talking about Vicky Guerrero and talking about his use, and it was clear he wasn't the happiest man in the world in WWE. But quite frankly, talked to a number of guys there. I'd venture to say that a lot of them aren't happy. But as you said earlier, David Hero, it's a paycheck, it's a company,
right.
It's where you want to be.
There's only so many spots on the roster or main event status, and if you're not there, you know, and it's tough.
Just to confirm for everybody, CM Punk, the story continues. WWE.com on the roster page. Under the Raw Superstar, CM Punk's face is still listed there. However, when you click on it, it does go to a dead link. So,
is his merchandise still up for sale?
At WWEshop.com?
Yeah. I don't mean to have you do any extra work.
Well, we'll find out. In the meantime, I thought I heard something about Chavo coming to Milwaukee later this year.
What was that?
I thought I heard something about Chavo coming to Milwaukee later this year.
Well,
is that too soon?
Well, I don't want to spoil too much, but yeah, he's on his way to Milwaukee. But we first have to get past Fourth Fest Monday, Six Flags Great America, Scotty 2 Hotty, GLCW. You know, we got some wrestlers from Pro Wrestling Blitz. Go to blizzardbrawl.com. There's a link for a buy one, get one ticket for Great America for admission. The wrestling show is free. And, yeah, there's no Summerfest up here in Milwaukee, so we might as well head south across the border.
I want to thank the Kevin H. Brand on Twitter username, who corrected me. Actually, I do not have The Miz on the Nelson family. If I did, he would still probably be WWE champion.
You just can't give it up, can you?
Give what up?
Well, you guys think you're like, joined at the hip. Wherever you go, Miz goes. That doesn't always work that way.
Whatever I can do, he can do better.
Absolutely.
Well, CM Punk has turned the wrestling world upside down. Yeah. And whether it's a work, whether it's a shoot, whether it's real, whether it's not, whether it was scripted, whether it was planned, whether it wasn't, you all are talking about it. It is the buzz in professional wrestling. What's going to happen next? Ring of Honor is trending on Twitter. Colt Cabana was trending on Twitter. CM Punk trending on Twitter. It's been a big night for WWE. The question, how long and how much will they follow up? And come July 17th at Money in the Bank in Chicago, Illinois on pay-per-view, will it be CM Punk versus John Cena, or will someone else take his place because he has been, and I quote, suspended indefinitely?
But you already knew that.
Developing story, more coverage, continuing coverage, PWRshow.com, and on Twitter, twitter.com/PWRshow. For the cause, Linda Kay and David Hero, this is Damian Nelson saying thank you so much for tuning in here to the Pro Wrestling Report on 540 ESPN and ESPNMilwaukee.com.
Anything Penny, money, blow. Which one of you can get low? Drop to the floor and move it slow.